Yo, what is going on, guys? SWGoH here, and welcome back to the Grand Arena review series on Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I know in the last video I said it's been a while, but again, it's been a while. I haven't made a video on, it might have been either just the last or the last two championships, or entire rounds and things and matches. And that's not for a particular reason other than I just didn't find the time. And especially not even the time to film it, more of the time to edit it, especially that school's back on and shit. I really have not found the time for myself that I actually kind of wanted to take out to edit. Yeah, I do have my free time. I do my homework. I eat dinner or whatever, blah, 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 whatever. And then I do play games. I do play COD and sometimes Overwatch. I was playing Overwatch today, occasionally from time to time. But I don't really find that want to edit. I think that want to edit and making videos other than streams that I've also been drifting away from as well is also just diminishing. Also just because of like scheduling and like not having enough time to kind of do things. Video wise, I feel like I don't really want to edit because the thing about editing is that I always wanted to do editing because I had so much free time. You know, I didn't have anything else to do besides play video games, and if I wasn't playing video games, all I could do was watch YouTube, play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, or edit a YouTube video. But now I have literally half of my entire day, more than half of my entire day, devoted to, obviously, high school and shit, so that's really that. And since I don't really feel like I have the time to edit this, even though this is the championship, the final 3 rounds of this Grand Arena season, I decided that I will do it, but in a kind of different format. This is not the format that I want to do unless people do enjoy it. So I'm not going to keep rambling, and I'm just going to get onto it. So basically, I'm in my own photo album here. Don't mind the Spider-Man video. I'm just in my photo album, and I'm going to literally go over the battles as I react to what I did, and I'm going to kind of just review it as I go. Some of these battles are not fun. They are just boring. Like, this matchup here was borderline boring. There were no teams that were actual challenges. Yeah, it took some thought to know where should I use certain characters, because all these teams are basically the same. I was just trying to find, the worst one where I can use my worst offensive team. So here, yeah. I use Vader against this. I guess the only reason I ever use more than Vader and Palpatine and maybe Thrawn is for Vader's speed. But I wasn't really a worry here. I get that off, get the Merciless Massacre. I'm probably going to Saber Throw Bosk. Oh, okay, I don't. But I will probably Saber Throw Bosk eventually. I'll get another round of dots. Yeah. And that's really it. It just about ends right there. And that's it. 62 banners? Yeah, 62 banners right there. That's really that. Nothing that crazy. Oh, Geos. Okay, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't skip ahead that much because you can actually see that I win it. But I do win this battle here with the 4-man CLS squad. My 3PO and Chewie is not good, so I don't use it. I usually just keep my CLS team to 4-man, especially if it's against a Gear 11 Geos team and not a Gear 12 or especially Gear 13 Geos team. That's the only time where I'll actually bring in either R2-D2 or 3PO and Chewie. Very recently I gave R2-D2 the Zeta for, what's it called? The combat analysis one, I think? Yeah, not number crunch, combat analysis, where whenever a Rebel ally scores a critical hit, they dispel their debuffs. Or not Rebel allies, all light side allies. But it's actually really helpful for certain things, and I just realized that even though, obviously, there's not, kind of just like Luke's It Binds All Things Zeta, it's not something that you necessarily go for, but when you have a debuff and you do get a critical hit, it's really helpful. Like, if you have, like, ability block or, like, speed down, and then you get a critical hit, that's huge. And you can just instantly get, everything back. It's great. So here I'm going to use, my first order team that I'm slowly, not really slowly actually, that I'm kind of quickly building up. The only reason I kind of stopped, oh, no, I don't use first order, I guess I use Jedi. But I use Jedi against this Phoenix team here. The thing about my Phoenix, not my Phoenix, oh my god, I haven't, I haven't touched a single one of my Phoenix characters except for Ezra since like a year ago. And I'm not trying to make a 2020, 2021 joke. It might be like literally like February or March of like 2020, like literally almost basically 12 months ago. But but anyway, that was just a mistake in words. But my the only reason I'm making a first order team is to unlock BB-8, eventually unlock JTR, Jedi Training Ray, if you don't know that, the abbreviation. But here I'll get a 60 banner win, but I'll get back to that. The thing about the JTR is that she's not that great of a character anymore. She's not really good at all. I mean, her herself with BB-8 is pretty good because of all that foresight and stuff. But as a team, like compared to CLS or just Vader as a character, they don't even like stand a chance. They're not really that good compared to them, especially with 3PO and Chewie and CLS. But alright, here I use my first order. But I know this is very far-fetched. I am a 100% free-to-play player. I've not spent a single cent, a single penny, a single, whatever on this game. All I have gotten is the app, and that's it. So I've given them no money, and that's not obviously because I hate the game or anything. I love the game. It's just that I don't really feel, like I want to spend money on a mobile game, especially a mobile game that you don't need to spend money on. If you want to stay competitive, yes, you have to spend money on it. But if you're just going at your own pace and playing at your own GP and accepting that you're not going to, climb the arena, it's perfectly easy to just, play the game how you want and not, get these spend money, what I'm talking, get these, spend money. So, JTR is one of the requirements for, get ready, Galactic Legend Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. Jedi Knight Luke is my current main goal. I will get Jedi Knight Luke. It's not far-fetched, especially not anymore. The only reason Jedi Knight Luke is such a hard farm for me is not only because you need 9 million stun guns for all those characters, but it's also because you have to get them to Relic 3, and also Wampa and Hoda are guild event token farms, and, it's not easy to farm those. And, I wasn't ever really farming them up before, the requirements for JKO were released anyway. And also, it's also because the ships are kind of just stopping me from farming gear. That's really all they're doing. It's not really, I wouldn't say that getting Han's Millennium Falcon to 7 stars is the reason that I'm not getting JKL quickly. It's just that it's stopping my farm on stun guns. But even though farming stun guns are holding me back, what's also holding me back is just straight up not being able to get not only the Wampa and Hoda shards, but the Rolo shards. So those are 3 characters that, I don't really have there. But that's really it. I'm going to stop with the account update. I'm actually going to stick to the Grand Arena review series now because I'm not even reviewing anymore. I'm literally just watching footage. And, but the other reason I'm saying about this is because, I don't plan on doing an account review anytime soon. And I also don't plan on, alright, well, this is an exciting one, but I also don't plan, let me just finish my thought. I don't plan on making an account anytime soon or really going over it anytime soon. So there you go. That was also just a really boring Grand Arena. It wasn't anything interesting. That's the thing. These Grand Arenas, I've been making a series for kind of a while now, ever since my first Grand Arena ever since my first round of any Grand Arena I've ever played. And it's gone through many formats and time, but these Grand Arenas, they all become the same, and they never really have highlights. There are cool things that happen, but there's not many highlights. But this one does have highlights. I go against, on defense, not only a Darth Revan front wall. It's an alright Darth Revan front wall. I'm not gonna pretend like, it's relics, all relic characters and stuff. But it is a Darth Revan, and to be honest with you, Darth Revan is one of the top tier teams in this game, after obviously GLs and Gas. And honestly, besides those teams, Darth Revan might be the next best team, or somewhere around there. But going up against this was not that big of a deal because, as you can tell, except for literally Darth Revan, the rest of the characters were completely undergeared. If there was a better Malik and a relicked up BSF, this would probably be a problem, and I probably wouldn't get through it. I'm also lucky that I outsped their what's his name? Their Darth Revan. Because if I didn't, and that AoE fear came before, I would have been screwed. But luckily I wasn't, and luckily I wasn't. That's really all I gotta say. Why didn't... Oh, I think I have 3PO and Chewie on defense. That's why I brought in Chopper. But it was a really bad win, but it was a win nonetheless. Getting through a Darth Revan team is getting through a Darth Revan team, and I will not complain about the 51 banners. Crappy Phoenix backwall, but that's not really that big of a deal. The next big deal is that GO's team. I think they're all only gear 10, gear 11. That's why I knew that Vader would be fine against it. When it's all relic Geos, I don't trust Vader by himself. I'd much rather use CLS against it. But when it comes down to G12 and under, I know that my Vader can handle it. I should relic up my Vader. I shouldn't just keep him at relic 3. But I'm farming so many things, and there's so much other stuff going on. I will get to it eventually. It's definitely something that... It's more of something that is not even just I know I should do it. I want to do it. But these Geos are stealing some banners with these counterattacks from Hivemind or whatever the hell, however they're doing it. But it was getting really annoying, and I just have to stop that. Apparently, it looks like my guildmate told me well done for something. I'm guessing that's me because I'm the only person in my guild that has SP. I don't even know what I did at the time. But 58 banners against Geos. Again, I won't complain, even though it could have been 60. But I kind of just got screwed. But nonetheless, I still win, so it doesn't matter. 2 crappy teams now. It was really that Darth Revan. At my stage of Grand Arena, there's not really good teams. I mean, there is, 1 or 2 good teams. Oh, yeah, it says well done, Spooky. There's not really, it's not really all good teams. It's just 1 or 2 good teams on defense, and then the other 2 are just there. It's not like I can literally throw gear 4s against it, but obviously I'm going to have to throw, at least gear 8s and gear 9s against it. It's just, but, this is not really a full bounty hunter team. They have, the Royal Guard there, and they're all at, crappy gear levels and stuff. That was a bad dodge. But, the thing I love about this particular First Order team is the amount of turn meter. I also gave Kylo Ren Unmasked his Zeta, and honestly, I really do like it. It's a really good Zeta. All that protection gain and all the extra speed bonuses and stuff, Kylo Ren Unmasked actually has a really good lead. Honestly, it's kind of like a mini GL lead. And obviously, I say mini, and I mean mini. Obviously, there's no mastery boost or anything like that. Obviously, I wouldn't use it over Supreme Leader Kylo Ren's if I had it. But it's and I never plan on getting it. But, It's good. It's definitely the best First Order lead in this game. Obviously, that's just known. I'm kind of just rambling. But, obviously, other than Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. But, I'm just kind of talking while this battle goes on. My First Order team is garbage, but I also do not plan on taking them any higher. I have decent mods on them, which is why I think that I can get through the BB-8 event with really low gear. The other thing is, I also think I do have this Kylo Ren Unmasked Zeta, which is really helpful. It says that it's gear 10 recommended, but I don't really know if that's necessarily the case. If you put decent mods on them, it shouldn't be that big of a deal, at least I don't think. I got 5-star BB-8 without a single sweat broken, but, I also got 5-star Chewie without that big of a deal, and 7-star was a godforsaken, Oh god, I don't even want to think about it. But here I just use Jedi against this backwall Phoenix team. Nothing crazy. You know, I'm just gonna skip through it. And then ships is ships. I mean, it's really not anything special. I just use the same fleet on offense every time, but the same fleet on defense every time. This one got a little messy. 58 banners, as you can see right here. 58 banners. And that's really that. That's really that for that one. And then we go to this one. Oh, wait, actually, no. I'll just let you guys watch this. What are you doing? What am I doing? I'm just, okay. I was just, like, staring at my fleet for a second. Alright, here we go. But in about 3, oh, wait, no, I screwed up. In 3, 2, 1, Kyber. So I made Kyber again. First Kyber in Division 7. Yeah, that's really that. I just wanted to put that there, that I made Kyber, and then I get all the, you know, the rewards and stuff. Kyber is not hard to get in Division 7 if you play your GP right and your cards right, and you just know how to play the game. Not that big of a deal. Obviously, when you get to higher divisions, and especially higher GP, and then you also really, and then especially when you get into GL territory, if you don't have a GL or, you know, all that stuff, you know, you get into Division 1, just like a DR and off a defense, and you don't have the correct counters. You know, it gets hard to get Kyber every time, but, you know, obviously, there's no one here. They're one really good team, and they keep it for offense. No one really puts their amazing teams on defense, but you'll see in this next round, I'm not gonna lie, I could have done much better in this round. But I literally risked my entire game. I already had Kyber, so it didn't really matter. But I could have done better. I don't know if I show it, but I will kind of just briefly say that there is a Palpatine team with like a relic Vader and like a relic Count Dooku or something, and like, you know, like a Gear 11 like Darth Maul or something, and then there's like a G12 all Geos team. But I threw away this entire round, which I easily could have won if I just played my cards right. Or maybe not, actually, because CLS, you'll see, was not able to handle this Traya team. But I risk it all, and I do eventually do it. I risked it all for that IG-11 portrait. Now, everyone's a huge fan of Mandalorian, so I don't know. Alright. So here's my thought process. I thought that maybe if Jedi could somehow win this, that I would be able to use CLS against the Vader team, Vader against the what's-it-called team, and then use my wonky team for the feat against the backwall team, which actually wasn't even the case. In the end, you'll see what happens. But what was I gonna say? But it's weird. I had a whole plan. I was hoping it would work. I don't know. I guess I didn't know. And I'll be honest. Sorry. I have like a stuffy nose, but I didn't realize how good the Sith Triumvirate actually was. I never read into their kits. Wait, let me see if it's okay. I never read into their kits. Like, never. I never read into their kits. I didn't know. I knew Treya's kit. I knew Treya's kit. I knew Scion's kit. And I knew Nihilus's abilities. But I guess I didn't know Scion and Nihilus's unique abilities. Because they're actually really good. Now, obviously, Nihilus is known for cooldown increase and Annihilate, but he's actually pretty survivable if you put him with, you know, Scion and Treya, but, you know, if you don't put a good team against it. You know, this is actually, Sith Triumvirate is still a really good team. But yeah, you know, it comes down to me just not being able to do it, not being able to push through. And I'll kind of just skim through it. Then I bring, like, Zeb with me. And you'll see why I don't bring C-3PO. But even if I did bring C-3PO, I don't think it would have mattered. But I lose that. I lose with Vader too. But, you know. And then after that, I was about to get it, about to literally win it with this saber throw. It's like right around like here somewhere. But then after that throw, it just it doesn't work out. And I got close to killing Sion, but it didn't work. Vader just couldn't win. He just kept using Held by Hatred and gaining protection back. But here we go. This team that actually clutched up was the all droids team, the caring droids. I don't know. It was like the loyal droids. It was like a droid team that's all loyal to their makers or their masters or whatever the hell it was. This was for the IG 11 feet. But here we are. I think HK would have worked, but here we are. And I was like, you know what? This is it. If I don't win it here, then it's all over. Obviously, he was gonna die. He's literally at gear 1. But you'll see, and I was very surprised that they do clutch up. I didn't even have to use the the last ability on Chewie. I just had to do it. I just had to keep hitting the exposes, and then this is the worst backwall team I've ever seen in my life. I probably could have brought gear 4 against this. Ironically enough, I said that before. But yeah, I show it. Yeah, this was like, oh wait, no, I was completely wrong. It was a Relic Thrawn, like a Relic BSF. That was a really hard team to beat, and that Geos is just, well, I couldn't bring like bounty hunters against Geos or anything. It obviously wasn't gonna work. But here, what do I even use? I use what am I doing? Oh, I know why. It's because I attempt to I knew I wasn't gonna win the GAC. So I was attempting to use bounty hunters elsewhere, maybe just in hope, and I brought in this really crappy team. I don't ask me why. I don't know why. I tried. And to be honest with you, if I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't actually try on the other two teams. I knew I would have got destroyed by the BSF team because she would have just insta-feared and Vader just would have merciless massacred. And I was reading Kenobi's kit because I've never used it, but that was really that. And also with with the Geos team, when you first look at a Geos team, you don't really think it's gonna be that good, especially if you get the first hits off. But right when GeoBrute Alpha uses one ability, then it's this whole train starts. And you can't really stop them anymore. You're kind of just screwed. And it's kind of like that way with Imperial Troopers, too. It's once you get them going, there's no way it's stopping them. Obviously, unless, you're a really good character. But here we go. This is the IG-11 feat that I literally sacrificed the whole round for, even though I still wouldn't have won anyway. But that's really it for the video. I got my IG-11 feat. I got Kyber. I beat a Darth Revan and a Geos.